Good morning. Pardon me, excuse me. We'll be a few seconds late, a few seconds after the hour. Make sure, read me 5x5. Check for it, wait for it. You see me? You hear me? Excuse me. Sound rolling? Sound rolling. Lock it up. Sit up, stand up, wake up. Next camera, action. Pardon me and excuse me. Deliver me from my sins. Remember facing the judge at a couple of different occasions for some traffic violations and such. One unpaid parking ticket I never knew I had. Rented out my vehicle to somebody. Had illegally parked somewhere. Picked up a couple of parking tickets for somebody else driving my vehicle. Where even I was in the Marines, and they made sure I made it to the appointed time in front of the judge by MPs picked me up and drove me out. I wasn't sure what it was for. I said, hey, you gotta report such date to the local authorities, to a court, be in front of the judge at certain times. Drove me out to the front gate. MPs drove me out the front gate, and then the sheriff picked me up and drove me out and faced the judge for traffic violations, unpaid traffic tickets. I couldn't plead my case. Except, yeah, I'm guilty. Except, man, somebody else drove my vehicle, but that's a lame excuse. I still end up having to pay the fines. Without no jail time. Usually happens for traffic violations. You pay the fine, or you sentenced to maybe some extracurricular activities. No, I had to pay the fine. So, hey, judge, I won't do it again. The other occasion, the second time, I actually had a possibility of facing judge, jury, and executioner. Oh, just kidding. Just judge, jury, and sentencing. Even though it was about a traffic accident, the other party was suing for damages, pain, and suffering. Before I went to that though, before I went to court, they tried to arbitrate it. I figured the other driver was more at fault than I was. They jumped out in front of me, and I rear-ended them, tried to avoid them. I still rear-ended them. Traffic said, insurance company find out he did give me a ticket. Even though usually if you rear-end somebody, you usually get the ticket. And they gave the other driver the ticket for no proof of driver's license. Shouldn't have been on the road to begin with, right? Figured they contributed more than I did, but no, we both contributed to it. My insurance provided a lawyer, good lawyer, trying to fight it out, indicating, yeah, the other driver should have been at fault. But they threw out the fact that no driver's license for that driver was inadmissible. I did rear-end the other driver, and the other driver had pulled out in front of me, but no driver's license should be at fault. But no, the lawyer recommended we go ahead and plead guilty, plead at fault for the accident. Lawyer offered the other driver, had already agreed to fix their car, no damage to the car, but they wanted pain and suffering. So before I went to court, I think I shared the story before. I'll share it again because it kind of relates to Bible reading this morning. But they wanted more than what they offered. And insurance would pay up to so much for my accident. So my lawyer offered a few $1,000s for pain and suffering. But the other driver refused it and wanted the jury decide. They wanted more. Obviously wanted a larger amount, and they didn't accept a few $1,000s. Would be plenty enough to cover the medical and extra, but they wanted more than plenty. Probably would have been just enough to pay the medical bills, a little bit extra, but they wanted more. So I went to the jury to decide. Looked like the other driver couldn't really prove enough. I thought for sure they would get some amount, but no, the jury came back and with a verdict of guilty. Yeah, well, guilty. We're all guilty. I figured they're going to give her some money, but no, they gave her zero for pain and suffering because she couldn't prove it. because there's other stuff that came to light during the before the deliberations when both sides pled their case. My lawyer found out that she was hurt again after the accident. A few months, she went to the emergency room for playing football or something, playing a sport with her family or something, contact sport. She couldn't really prove it unless she maybe had some other people there as witnesses and pled the case with more proof, but she didn't have enough proof, so the jury gave her 0 for pain and suffering. But still, instead of me fighting for my supposed innocence in a situation like that or anything else, my pleading my case, taking that type of action, is to be sorrowful and rebuke sin. Rebuke my sins is to ask for clemency to the big man upstairs. Do what David talks about in Psalms 39, verse 8 through 11. Deliver me from all my transgressions. Make me not the reproach of the foolish. I was dumb. Yes, I was dumb. I opened not my mouth, because thou didst it. Oh, the big man upstairs opened her mouth. Remove thy stroke away from me. I am consumed by the blow of thine hand. Yes. When thou with rebukes dost correct man for iniquity, thou makest his beauty to consume away like a moth. Surely man is vanity. My challenge is to be pardoned, excused, and delivered from sin, but to do that is to be consumed by the big man upstairs, guide me in everything I say and do. To walk, talk, chew it out. May he be my guide. Rebuke it. Have his hand on me, correcting me and disciplining me where needed. That I'm aware that I'm in need of an intercessor to plead my case. Right, yeah, I plead guilty. Throw myself at the mercy of the court and hope for clemency, to be pardoned and excused and delivered from sin. To do that is to walk out a faith-based life, rebuking sin, rebuking it, and accept the consequences, but then seek the big man upstairs and his son who died for us, so that we may be free to look toward an eternity with him. This is Brent the Blabber signing off for now. Blue, blab, blue, blab, blue, blab, blue. Some fire. I will say some fire never die. Signing off.